Have you ever woken up, fully aware of where you are, but completely unable to move? Your body feels frozen, and a heavy shadow seems to envelop you. Or perhaps you've felt as though your soul has left your body, as if you're floating in space, looking down at yourself. It might sound like scenes from a sci-fi movie, but these are real experiences reported by millions of people around the world. Today, we'll delve into two of the most mysterious phenomena: astral projection and sleep paralysis. From scientific perspectives to spiritual insights, from eerie anecdotes to practical techniques, we'll explore whether these experiences are supernatural occurrences or merely the brain's intricate tricks. Get ready, because this journey will transform the way you perceive consciousness, sleep, and your very self. Astral projection, a phenomenon as mysterious as it is intriguing. Have you ever heard about the idea of the soul leaving the physical body? It sounds like something straight out of a supernatural movie, but in reality, this is an experience vividly described by many. Astral projection occurs when your consciousness separates from your physical body, allowing you to travel through space and time. Some refer to it as an out-of-body experience, where you feel yourself gently floating in the air looking down at your sleeping body. But astral projection isn't just a modern concept. It's a practice and belief that dates back thousands of years, rooted in the cultural and spiritual traditions of civilizations around the world. How has astral projection been described throughout history? Let's turn back the clock. The ancient Egyptians believed that the human soul, which they called the Ba, could leave the body to travel. In their tomb paintings, you'll often see depictions of a small soul figure flying out of a lying body. To them, astral projection wasn't confined to sleep. It was also part of the journey after death, as the soul departed the physical world for the eternal realm. In India, monks and yogis practiced deep meditation, which was believed to enable their consciousness to transcend physical limitations. They saw astral projection as a pathway to enlightenment, a state of union with the universe. Greek philosopher Plato suggested that the soul could detach from the body to explore higher truths, leading to new horizons of understanding. But astral projection isn't just an ancient spiritual concept, it's also a modern-day experience. Today, thousands of people worldwide have shared their own astral projection stories. They describe feeling weightless, as if gravity no longer holds them. Some claim to have seen themselves from above, observing everything around them while their bodies remained motionless in bed. Others recount journeys to places they've never visited, strange landscapes, and entirely different dimensions. Astral projection continues to captivate minds, whether through its historical roots or its modern accounts. It blurs the line between the physical and the metaphysical, leaving us with questions that challenge our understanding of reality itself. But is it real, or is it just an illusion created by the brain? Science has conducted numerous studies to decode this phenomenon. One approach involves using brain scans to monitor neural activity when people report experiencing an out-of-body sensation. Researchers have discovered that a part of the brain called the temporoparietal junction plays a key role. When this area is stimulated, it can create the feeling that your body and consciousness are separating. However, those who have experienced astral projection insist this is not an illusion. For them, it's the most vivid and real experience they've ever had. Some even use astral projection as a technique to relieve stress or explore their inner selves more deeply. How can you try astral projection? Many believe that astral projection can be achieved through practice and patience. Here are a few common techniques. Meditation and deep relaxation. Find a quiet, comfortable space. Close your eyes, take deep breaths, and focus on relaxing each part of your body. Visualization. Imagine yourself floating up from your bed, looking down at your physical body. Pay attention to every detail from your breathing to the light in the room. Binaural beats. Some people use low-frequency sound waves to stimulate altered states of consciousness, making it easier to reach the astral state. Astral projection isn't something that typically happens overnight, but with consistent practice and patience, who knows? You might just discover an entirely new world. Now, let's talk about a phenomenon that's the complete opposite of astral projection: sleep paralysis. While astral projection evokes a sense of freedom, Sleep paralysis is an experience many describe as a waking nightmare. Have you ever experienced sleep paralysis? It's that moment when you wake up but can't move. Your entire body feels locked, and a heavy pressure on your chest makes it hard to breathe. In some cases, you might sense a presence nearby, perhaps a shadowy figure, a terrifying shape, or even a whisper right next to your ear. So, what is sleep paralysis? From a scientific perspective, sleep paralysis occurs when your body transitions from REM sleep to wakefulness. During REM sleep, your body temporarily disables motor functions to prevent you from physically acting out your dreams. Sometimes, however, your brain wakes up before your body unlocks, creating the sensation we know as sleep paralysis. Why does it feel so terrifying? The fear often comes from the hallucinations that accompany it. During sleep paralysis, your brain may generate visual and auditory sensations to try to explain the abnormal state. These hallucinations often reflect your deepest fears, which is why the experience can feel so unsettling. Is there a way to prevent sleep paralysis? If you experience sleep paralysis frequently, don't worry, it's manageable. Here are a few tips to help you reduce its occurrence. Change your sleeping position. Try sleeping on your side instead of your back. Relax before bed. Minimize stress and avoid using electronic devices right before sleeping. Focus on your breathing. If you find yourself in sleep paralysis, concentrate on steady, rhythmic breathing instead of panicking. While sleep paralysis can be frightening, remember that it's just a natural phenomenon of the body. There's no demon sitting on your chest. It's simply your brain and body out of sync for a moment. So, are astral projection and sleep paralysis connected? These two seemingly opposite phenomena, one representing freedom and the other pressure, actually share some fascinating links that many people might not be aware of. A significant number of individuals who've experienced sleep paralysis describe a sensation of their soul detaching from their body. They report seeing themselves from above, feeling as though they're gently floating while their physical body remains motionless. This leads to a thought-provoking question. Could sleep paralysis be a precursor to astral projection? The spiritual perspective. For those who embrace spiritual beliefs, sleep paralysis is seen as a threshold, a unique state where human consciousness reaches a special point, allowing the boundary between the physical and non-physical worlds to dissolve. In this state, if you can resist the pull of fear, you might transition into an entirely new experience, astral projection. Some individuals even deliberately use sleep paralysis as a technique to begin their journey into astral projection. But how does science explain it? Scientists suggest that sleep paralysis and astral projection might share a common mechanism rooted in the brain. During sleep paralysis, the temporoparietal junction, the part of the brain responsible for integrating sensory information to create a sense of self, may function abnormally. This irregular activity can lead to the sensation that you are detaching from your physical body. One intriguing study involved stimulating this brain region using electromagnetic pulses. Participants reported feeling as though they were leaving their bodies, describing an experience similar to astral projection. This suggests that what people perceive during sleep paralysis might not be a spiritual phenomenon, but rather a product of neural activity. So what's the truth? The answer depends on your perspective. From a scientific viewpoint, both sleep paralysis and astral projection could be purely biological phenomena, manifestations of the brain encountering unusual states. Meanwhile, those who believe in spirituality see these experiences as evidence of another dimension where consciousness can exist independently of the physical body. What really matters is how you experience and interpret these phenomena. Whether through the lens of science or spirituality, sleep paralysis and astral projection offer unique opportunities to explore the mysteries of your mind and consciousness, scientific and spiritual perspectives. Sleep paralysis and astral projection have captured the attention of both science and spirituality for centuries. However, these two approaches examine the phenomena in fundamentally different ways. What does science say about sleep paralysis and astral projection? Sleep paralysis has been extensively studied within the field of neuroscience. Researchers have determined that this phenomenon occurs during the REM stage of sleep. where temporary muscle paralysis prevents you from acting out your dreams. When the brain becomes alert while the body is still in this paralyzed state, sleep paralysis occurs. Accompanying hallucinations, such as seeing shadowy figures or hearing strange sounds, are explained as heightened neural activity in the visual and auditory cortices. As for astral projection, scientists often classify it as a form of dissociative hallucination. Studies using MRI scans have revealed that the sensation of leaving the body can be artificially induced by stimulating the temporoparietal junction of the brain. This suggests that astral projection isn't a supernatural phenomenon, but rather a product of the brain during altered states of consciousness. What about spirituality? Spiritual perspectives offer a completely different explanation. Many spiritual practitioners believe that astral projection is evidence of the soul's existence, a fundamental part of a person that can exist independently of the physical body. In traditions like Tibetan Buddhism, astral projection is considered a technique for self-discovery and achieving enlightenment. Sleep paralysis, from a spiritual viewpoint, is seen as a sign that your consciousness is transitioning into a new dimension. So, what should you believe? You don't have to choose sides. Instead, keep an open mind. Science can explain what happens within your body, but spirituality can provide insight into the meaning of these experiences. Perhaps both perspectives are pieces of a larger puzzle, one that we're only just beginning to understand. Practical techniques and things to keep in mind. If you're curious about experiencing astral projection or need tips for dealing with sleep paralysis, here's what you need to know. How to practice astral projection. Astral projection may not come naturally to everyone, but you can try to achieve it through these techniques. Fully relax your body. Find a quiet space, lie down, and close your eyes. Begin relaxing each part of your body, starting from your head and working your way down to your toes. Visualize yourself. Imagine yourself floating upward from your bed. Focus on every detail, from the sensation of lightness to the shift in perspective as you look down at your physical body. Use supportive sounds. Certain low-frequency sounds such as gamma or theta waves can help guide you into an altered state of consciousness conducive to astral projection. What to do if you experience sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis can feel overwhelming, but remember, it's harmless. Here's how to handle it. Stay calm. Focus on deep, steady breathing and remind yourself that sleep paralysis is a natural phenomenon. Focus on small movements. Try moving a single finger or toe. This small action can help break the paralysis. Sleep in the right position. Sleep on your side rather than your back, as this position can reduce the likelihood of sleep paralysis. A final reminder, whether you're exploring astral projection or managing sleep paralysis, the key is to stay calm and keep an open mind. Treat these experiences as opportunities to learn more about yourself and your mind. Astral projection and sleep paralysis, more than mysteries. Astral projection and sleep paralysis are not just mysterious phenomena, they are gateways to the hidden corners of the human mind. Whether you lean towards science or spirituality, what matters most is taking the time to learn and explore these experiences. We'd love to hear from you. Have you ever experienced sleep paralysis or astral projection? What are your thoughts on these phenomena? Share your stories in the comments below. Don't forget to follow us so you won't miss out on our upcoming content. See you next time as we continue the journey into new mysteries.